right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Some of us had a Sunday shower. Many of us stayed dry. I'll time out our next chance for rain.
From Washington to Wentzville.
When you strike, you put a meaning into that flag.
The squad shows up to stand in solidarity with striking GM workers. First tonight, SLU nurses ready to strike. Just hours from now, they'll leave their patient's bedside for the picket line.
It's just not safe and it's just not fair to the patients, to the nurses.
Their demands for higher pay and safer conditions. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. In about 8 hours, registered nurses at SSM Health St. Louis University Hospital will begin a 24-hour strike. Tonight, 5 on Your Side's Diamond Palmer spoke with nurses while they prepared to hit the picket lines tomorrow morning at 7.
For 24 hours, St. Louis University Hospital nurses will strike for nurse retention and safety. This comes after a strike authorization on September 1st where 94% of nurses voted yes.
We're taking care of twice the amount of patients that we used to.
That's why Sunday Jessica Tolk put pen to paper, making signs she'll use at Monday's strike. Tolk works in her hospital's emergency room, and she says right now there's only 7 nurses working her 12-hour shift. Before shortages, it was 14.
A lot of these people are very unwell, and they're spending longer and longer times waiting in the waiting room.
Most of the time, Tolk says there's 50 patients in the ER without a bed. Monday's strike will be conducted by the National Nurses Organizing Committee and National Nurses United. Tolk says beyond staffing concerns, safety remains a top concern. She'd like to see more weapon detection systems in the hospital.
Within our hospital, we have one. It's not employed within the emergency department, which is where the majority of patients come through. It's just not safe and it's just not fair.
Erlene Shepard joined Tolk Sunday, and they want hospital officials to know one thing.
I'm hopeful that, the word is out, that SSM will come to the table and bargain in good faith.
We want to be able to do our jobs like the nurses we are trained to be. We want to be the healthcare heroes we all were 3 years ago.
The union says Monday at 11:59, nurses, elected officials, and community members will all stand on the picket lines. They also say the strike will last until Tuesday at 6:59 a.m. Reporting in St. Louis, Diamond Palmer, 5 on Your Side.
SLU hospital nurses say they presented several proposals and attempted to compromise, but blame SSM for refusing to address staffing shortages and workplace violence. SSM Health released a statement. It reads in part, since August 29th, the National Nurses Organizing Committee has declined to respond to our counter proposals on key wage issues. Negotiations can only make progress when both sides are motivated and engaged. It goes on to say patient safety is our top priority, and our health ministry is well prepared to remain open and care for our patients during any work stoppage event. We will have a comprehensive contingency plan in place to ensure there is no disruption in care or service. You can read the full statement on our website, KSDK.com. And now to the latest on the United Auto Workers strike. Tonight, workers at the GM plant in Wentzville are wrapping up their 10th straight day on the picket lines. Today, they got a show of support from 2 well-known members of Congress. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barczewski was there for the Solidarity Rally.
Congresswoman Cori Bush helped to kick off another important strike week for United Auto Workers Local 2250 in Wentzville on Sunday.
Can't take it no more.
Saying she wants to invest more than $1 million in St. Louis auto workers to create a new automotive repair training center in St. Louis with the PRO Act.
That is estimated to have a direct annual economic impact of $4.2 million right to the region.
She was joined by Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who also pledged her support.
We need to remind people that the average worker in this country has to work for 400 years to make what these folks pay themselves in one.
UAW officials say this support is encouraging, along with recent progress in negotiations.
We didn't impact Ford anymore with additional strikes because they're starting to put their best foot forward. They're starting to, come to the table with some real proposals.
Union officials tell me that negotiations with General Motors and Stellantis are moving extremely slow, which means they're going to continue to turn up the heat on this strike until there are better offers on the table.
Every parts distribution center in the General Motors and Stellantis system is on strike this week.
UAW workers on strike get $500 per week. Local 2250 President Katie Deathridge says the community has really come together for the workers stocking food pantries, holding diaper drives, and more.
We have many means to reach out and get the services that they need to help them with their electric bills, with their, we have some that will help with their rent to get them through. We're encouraging them to stand strong and that we have their back 100% through this.
Reporting in Wentzville, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
The big three automakers have balked at the union's demands for a 40% pay raise and a 32-hour work week. They've offered a 20% pay hike, bonuses, and more benefits. General Motors released a statement this weekend saying they have presented 5 proposals to negotiators. It reads in part, "We will continue to bargain in good faith with the union to reach an agreement as quickly as possible." Breaking news tonight from the bargaining table. A tentative deal has been reached to end the historic 5-month-long Hollywood writers' strike that's halted production of new scripted shows. The 3-year agreement between the Writers Guild of America and an alliance of studios, streaming services, and production companies must be approved by members first. This means, though, some talk shows could soon resume production, but other shows will remain on hiatus until a deal with the Screen Actors Guild is reached. All dry downtown St. Louis tonight, but some areas saw some isolated showers and storms, and we all enjoyed above normal temperatures today. Meteorologist Jim Castillo has more on what you can expect for the first week of fall in our Weather First forecast. Jim?
Yeah, hi, Mike. So most of this week, above average temperatures, not only for the lows in the 60s likely, when we should be in the 50s, and also some highs in the 80s most of this week. It's bone dry in St. Louis. Earlier, we had a big storm that popped up around Steelville in Crawford County. It did not go severe, but a lot of lightning with that and some downpours. And there's a front that really isn't moving much at all. It's slowly trying to move eastward. A couple storms up there in northern Illinois, but for us, boy, ours area stayed mainly dry. Now, earlier today from Farmington eastward to Chester and also into southern Illinois, we had some rain, but around Lambert, nothing today. Now for the month, 59 hundredths, 1.82, almost 2 inches below for the month so far. And for the year, 6.5 inches below. Right now we're at 72 degrees, really warm weather. The next chance of rain, there's only one chance this week. I'll let you know about it coming up in just a bit.
Tonight, we're learning 3 women were killed in a wrong-way crash on I-44 in Franklin County. It happened just before 10 this morning near the Highway 47 exit in St. Clair. The eastbound lanes were shut down for hours. Police say 64-year-old Tina DeGonia of House Springs was driving the wrong way and crashed into a car carrying 2 women from Indiana. All 3 of them died. 2 other cars were hit. Those drivers were not seriously hurt. Tonight, a 72-year-old man remains in critical condition following a 2-car crash in South City. It happened around 6:30 last night near the intersection of Hampton and Potomac. Police say the man crashed his Honda CR-V into a Dodge Charger. The other driver was taken to the hospital. Their condition is not known. A big mess tonight for a Jennings homeowner after a car came crashing into the front of their home. This happened late last night at the corner of Jennings Station Road and Halls Ferry. Police say the driver was attempting to make a turn when they lost control. The homeowner was asleep at the time, but the car came just inches from her grandson, who was in the living room.
Oh boy, the impact was so hard that it woke all of us up in the house. Good thing he was more closer to the closet, sitting in the chair closer to the closet, because he was able to jump over.
Fortunately, no one was hurt. The homeowner tells us she's seen several accidents at the intersection since moving into that home 3 years ago. No word on any charges in this crash. The Afton man shot during a shootout with police has died. 59-year-old Carl Shuey died last night at a hospital. He was shot Wednesday night outside his home on Rambler Drive. St. Louis County Police say Shuey was on the front porch and raised 2 guns at officers. They exchanged gunfire. No officers were hurt. A local high school football game ends with violence. Hazelwood police say several fights broke out yesterday afternoon in the area of Howdershell and Dunn near Hazelwood West High School. That's where Hazelwood East and McClure just finished playing a game. Police say a crowd of nearly 100 students from both schools had to be dispersed. 2 minors were detained. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey is suing a South St. Louis clinic, accusing it of violating state laws on providing gender-affirming care to minors. The lawsuit says Southampton Community Healthcare is providing puberty blockers and hormones to minors without a comprehensive mental health assessment. That's required under the Adolescents from Experimentation or SAFE Act that went into effect last month.
Her job is for the bird.
I say it's my passion. My husband says I'm obsessed.
How making a difference for one feathered friend led to years of healing broken wings. Tonight, claims a spending stalemate in Washington could put a stop to Social Security checks. We verify.
Well, you need your umbrella for the first week of autumn. I'll time out any rain or thunderstorm chances.
Making a Difference is sponsored by Midwest Bank Center.
It's been said that birds are indicators of the environment. If they're in trouble, we know we'll soon be in trouble. As you'll learn in tonight's Making a Difference report, that may be why a local woman is determined to save the birds.
What you're hearing in Overland, Missouri is a symphony of second chances. This is wild bird rehabilitation.
Are you hungry?
Where wings are healed and hope takes flight.
We are the only songbird hospital in the entire state of Missouri. You want peanut? There you go.
Diane Doster is the nonprofit's president by title, but caregiver by nature. It all began for her 28 years ago when a bird flew into her window.
I called a friend who's into animals and said, what do I do? Where do I go? And she sent me here. You guys need a bathtub, don't you?
And being a lover of animals herself, she's been coming here ever since.
I say it's my passion. My husband says I'm obsessed.
Established in 1993, WBR receives referrals from all over the Midwest.
Okay, so fly into window. Okay, all right, thank you.
Including St. Louis City, county, and state animal agencies.
We are licensed by the conservation departments. We network with other rehabilitators all across the country and internationally.
Supported only by donations from individuals, corporations, and fundraisers, they still cared for more than 2,300 birds last year, representing over 100 different songbird species.
Oh, see how they fight over them?
How many people work here?
We have 5.
Just 5 people?
Yes.
And how many birds?
Right now, we have over 300.
You want some food?
When Diane's not feeding the birds,
every different species has a diet card, a little variation of diets.
She's mending their broken wings.
Are you getting any better?
She's been known to pick up an injured bird late at night and caring for it at home before bringing it here in the morning.
Good job.
I cannot tell you how much she means to this organization. She knows more than anyone probably about the birds at this point because of all the training and the experience that she has.
Come here.
Diane finds purpose in the mission to nurse these fragile creatures back to health.
They make you smile. Something funny happens all the time. And you see them progress, grow up, and you had a part in that.
Then after days, weeks, or even months, the birds are released into the wild where their melodies may once again grace the skies.
Every animal deserves a chance.
Diane Doster and Wild Bird Rehabilitation.
Don't mess that up, okay?
Where renewal is nurtured and every success story helps hearts soar.
Are we good? Are we good?
Her passion just exudes in everything she does.
Thank you.
Diane doesn't like taking any credit and gives most of the kudos to her dedicated staff. A reminder, we get our Making a Difference stories from you. If you know an inspiring person or someone making a difference, let me know by email at mbush@ksdk.com. The Jewish holiday Yom Kippur, or the Day of Atonement, began at sundown. It's the holiest day on the Jewish calendar. Many Jews attend services at a temple or synagogue and fast for the holiday. The holiday ends at sundown on Monday with a break the fast meal. Meteorologist Jim Castillo joins us now at that Weather First forecast, and you were telling me off camera that the front never really came through today, and that's why we really didn't get a whole lot of rain.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of instability either. So, that one cell popped up right around Crawford County and Steelville, but that's about it. So we continue with our drought. And I think I mentioned at 5 o'clock earlier, Mike, that big storms were hitting Texas. And this is from actually a friend of mine in Blooming Grove, Texas, this giant towering cumulus. And she said they probably will have to get a new roof from that large hail that they had. So it's Dallas to Waco to Austin where that severe weather is exploding there tonight. It's to our south. Then you also have really this thing on the East Coast. It's the remnants of Ophelia, and it's blocking our front from moving east. So here's our front, and it's dissipating as it's slowly trying to get through here. And we did have some showers and storms that are still flaring up in northern portions of Illinois, but we just didn't have that instability here. So it's a little bit cloudy in spots and maybe some areas of fog tomorrow morning, but it is bone dry. We continue with the drought in St. Louis, and this is looking down Market Street all the way to the arch there. Beautiful shot. And it is really nice out there, but look at how warm it is. Almost 10 degrees above average today. Average high 78, 87 is the average, and 58 the average low. We were at 68 this morning, and of course, very dry weather for tonight and temperatures down in the 60s. Really, maybe Flora coming in at 57. Next chance of rain is late Tuesday night as the system drops out of, looks like Iowa. A little bit of a front coming through here. Isolated severe cells possible. Not everybody's going to see it. And if you do get a severe cell, the chance of seeing some 60-mile-per-hour gusts or maybe some quarter-size hail is there. We'll keep our eyes on it, but a lot of us probably won't even see that. But we do need the rain. Allergy index, weeds are moderate. Mold is on the high side. And tonight's forecast, well, those showers were earlier, and that's gone now. 84 tomorrow and mostly sunny. So it's going to be a pleasant day, but way above average temperatures. And in the 10-day forecast here, we're at 84 tomorrow, 85 Tuesday, and watching for that potential of an isolated storm Tuesday night into maybe early Wednesday. Wednesday, 83. And look at these overnight lows in the 60s, again above average. We've got 84 for Thursday, 85 on Friday, 86 Saturday, and 85 Sunday. So still, I do know a couple pools that are still open on Saturday and Sunday, so I'm sure people will enjoy that. But otherwise, it's way warm. And of course, we're going to continue that trend all the way into the week after.
I'm Traffic Chief Paul Cook on the move. We're looking into current and upcoming struggles you may encounter on your travels each week.
And perhaps no motorists have faced more construction and dangerous road conditions in the past few years than those who travel I-55. Whether you're driving north or south, that area between South City and South County has seen a lot of road projects. In fact, Patty in South County, a 5 on Your Side viewer, messaged me on Facebook. She worries about the accidents on 55 near her neighborhood in South St. Louis. She also said, we need to have an update on when this will be completed. Well, Patty, I spoke with MoDOT about this. They say they had a few delays coordinating with the railroad at the beginning of this project, which includes rehabbing 27 bridges over and near I-55. But they are progressing as planned and still estimate completion at the end of 2024. Also, a note, expect a big closure at Green Park Road in 55 starting on October 2nd. For a possible alternate, try Gravois or Limay Ferry, but no route is perfect. On the move, I'm Paul Cook, 5 on Your Side.
Tonight, the federal government on the brink of a shutdown. Tonight, we verify if this means seniors won't receive a vital monthly payment. Chaos tonight at the southern border with a surge in illegal crossings. Thousands of migrants are entering daily. Border Patrol agents are now trying to process them to see if they're allowed to remain in the United States while seeking asylum. Some are being bused to cities like New York, Chicago, and Denver. Crunch time tonight in Washington to come up with funding to keep the federal government open. Congress took the weekend off with just 6 days until the government runs out of money. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says he's hopeful a few Republicans holding out for deep spending cuts will come around, and if no deal is reached by October 1st, parts of the federal government will be forced to shut down for the first time since 2019. Federal departments and agencies have already begun planning to bring non-essential services to a halt if a deal is not reached by next weekend. Tonight, our Verify team is looking into whether this affects Social Security payments. Here's Ariane Till.
The clock is ticking. Congress has until September 30th to agree to a new budget and avoid a government shutdown.
Approving the budget for the next fiscal year is an annual task that involves making sure that some government agencies have the money they need to function.
If no deal is reached, those programs don't get funded and the government shuts down. Viewer Sherry asked Verify if a government shutdown would impact Social Security payments. So Sherry, let's verify using these sources.
The Congressional Budget Office says Social Security is mandatory spending, meaning it isn't funded by Congress's annual budget.
So if you receive Social Security benefits, don't worry. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget says those checks will still come, even during a shutdown. So we can verify, no. A government shutdown does not impact Social Security payments, but it could impact other parts of the program, like verifying eligibility for new applicants or sending out Social Security cards.
With your Fast Fact, I'm Ariane Till.
Taylor Swift makes a third appearance at Arrowhead Stadium, and it has fans cheering for a new romance for the pop star. A new era on NBC's The Voice starts tomorrow night. Country music legend Reba McEntire joins as the newest coach. The first week of blind auditions will feature a local singer, Ruby Lee from Foley, 16 years old. You can watch it all right here on 5 on Your Side. The Voice airs both Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Well, Taylor Swift could be beginning a new red era. The pop star was spotted at today's Kansas City Chiefs game. 12-time Grammy Award winner was sitting in a suite at Arrowhead next to Travis Kelce's mother. The appearance caused an internet frenzy and fueled rumors she started a new romance with the All-Pro tight end. Swift performed 2 shows of her Eras tour at Arrowhead over the summer. And there you have it, 5 on Your Side at 10, a late edition. Don't forget to start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 4 a.m. And now here's Frank Cusimano and Sports Plus.